Just went home and changed. A little change in plans since it's raining. Got an oversized jacket, Toby Mac shirt that I got from the concert, my Tim Montana hat, and some just cut off black shorts. And then I'll be wearing my tennis shoes today because I'm not dealing with the rain. Good morning, world. Oh, I just filled a raindrop. Everybody. Good morning. At what I'm looking at right now. Look how beautiful this is. And look, there's train tracks. We're about to drive over that bridge. Look at this. Look at that. I was gonna say snow. Clouds and the rippling water. Look how gorgeous this is. Look at what we're looking at right now. Going down to the creek. Oh, look at that little dam area. Man-made or animal-made?
Sarah's gonna fall in the river. Be careful, Sarah. I want to tell you before you fall in the river so people don't say, why'd you say be careful after it happened? You're supposed to say it before it happened. Be careful.
I touched it!
Woohoo!
Oh, this is a really pretty picture from this angle.
Yeah?
This is a pretty sight, but this is the closest I'm getting.
The answer to the question I asked
Is
yes.
Look at where we're at. Look how pretty that is. Look how pretty it is.
I want to sit on the outside.
But there is no smoking aboard SAC. So once again, welcome to Gates of the Mountain. We're so glad you came out. Downstream the direction we're headed. This is as far back as Holter Dam impacts the Missouri. If you were to go around that point over there where the land and water meet, you would be back in free-flowing Missouri. Rapids, eddies, rocks, all kinds of navigational issues around that point. 5-mile turn trip against the current of the Mighty Mo. Trip took him 14 days to get the boat back. Nearly lost it 3 times and swore he was never going to make the trip again. But he had invested nearly $5,000, which was a chunk of change in 1885. So he thought on it a bit. He said, I bet you people would pay me money to take a boat trip through what he calls the Great White Rock Canyon. Did a little advertising winter of 1885. Given this tour 3 years longer than Montana has been a state. So now that we're entering the canyon, on the right-hand side, we have wilderness area, Gates of the Mountain Wilderness. It starts about a quarter mile up from the river's edge. Was established in 1964 with the Wilderness Act, one of Montana's oldest wilderness, and it's also one of the smallest, only about 28,000 acres. Largest wilderness in Montana is the Bob Marshall Complex, over 1 million acres in the Bob. Left-hand side, primarily private. If you look over here to the right, you can see there are layers to this rock. This is a sedimentary rock. This is limestone, Mississippian limestone to be a little more precise. This rock was formed in a vast, shallow, warm sea, the Mississippian Sea, down by the equator, 300 to 315 million years ago. Sea life would die and settle to the bottom, mixed with sediment and mud, and over millions of years formed the rock you're seeing today. Unlike what we saw around the marina, this rock, fossiliferous. I just like the word, makes you think I know what I'm talking about. Means you're going to find a lot of fossils in this rock. You're also going to see openings, small and large, caves, crevices, cavities. That is because being an ancient seabed, there are pockets of minerals and salt all throughout the canyon. Limestone, it is very porous, much like a sponge. The water percolates through the interior of the rock and melts those salt deposits away from the inside out, leaving all the openings you see. There has been no blasting, no mining, no work of any kind in the canyon. What you're going to see today, it is 100% natural. So do we want to take needle tree right next to it? That is your Douglas fir. You might know that more as your Christmas tree. We have berry-producing bushes, primarily choke cherries and golden currants. There are wild rose bushes and the that used to be on top. That older, thicker piece went all the way vertical and then just continued right on around. As we pass by the end, you'll see there is no break to that rock. It is bent just like an elbow. Geologists, they call that a recumbent or a reclining fold. There's more gorgeous on the endangered species list, and I am very happy to report that today. We have over 71,000 mating pairs of bald eagles in the lower 48, doesn't even include Alaska. You can find a mating 30,000 acres by the time it was done. And as we go by, if you look back, you'll see it devastated the landscape. Actually burnt so hot it sterilized the ground. So we didn't have any ground cover for several years to hold back the mountain with the 15 to 18 feet of snowmelt we can have here in Montana. The tree stump you see right along the bank, that used to be 40 yards out into the swim area. We're in over 40 feet of water as well. 40 yards out, 40 feet deep. That is a mess of mountainside that came down. Forest Service, they actually closed Meriwether Picnic Area from 2008 to 2017. Wasn't safe to let people get in there. It has since reopened. That's where we're going to pull in. You gotta get out, stretch your legs, visit the outhouse. There's some memorials to Man Gulch in there. Now when Hilger started these tours, it was not this placid little reservoir I get to navigate. This was free-flowing Missouri, and from time to time as passengers, they would get a bit nervous at what they saw coming ahead. So besides the beauty in the canyon, Hilger started finding features in the rock that he would point out to his passengers. They'd have to concentrate on them to try to figure out what he was showing them. And that would distract them just long enough for him to navigate through those places. 137 years later, I still get to share with my tour guests. Entertainment purposes only, though. There is no distraction that is needed today. I'm going to show you several, but the first one I want you to try. Now these pictures, they were put here by the shaman, the spiritual leader of the tribe. They'd come in seeking answers to questions they might have on what was called a vision quest. They wouldn't eat or drink for 4 days and 3 nights till they entered a trance-like state. Then whatever messages or visions they received while in that state, they would smear those on the rock, believing if they reconnected their visions with the earth, it would give those visions more power and strength. Now, Texas A&M, they came in about 23 years ago now and did a study of this panel. It's fairly extensive, comes all the way over the fir trees over here by me. They identified over 125 images up there, but they were also fortunate enough, they found a flecked off piece of that pigmented material lying on the rock below. Since it was organic material, they knew they could carbon date these pictures. Date that came back on these pictures, 1300 BCE, before Common Era, which means some of those pictures have been up there since the late Ice Age. So as I said, they are abstract. You'll find handprints.
So this is what mulch is. Oh, something. I don't know, they feel plasticky. River runs through it. Apparently. Better get back. On the Gates of the Rocky Mountains tour. Learned a lot. Filmed a lot. We'll be putting it in here. You would have seen it already. But look behind me. Like the red and the picnic tables. And gotta go because that's horn means gotta go. Look at that. Gates of the mountains. Gates of the Rocky Mountains. And that's the boat we're taking.
You think we should come go down here?
Oh. Ooh.